Let's continue with chapter number 5 from your political science book of grade 12, and the name of the chapter is Franchise and Representation. And today we are going to start from parties and party system. First, we have to understand what is the difference between both the terms parties and party system. The term political parties refers to the organized political groups of people united by similar ideas or ideology and participating in political process through the function and interest articulating interest aggression progress political communication, decision making, contesting election, political socialization, etc. That's when political parties are the parties. They are the organization. They are the political group of people who are unitedly participating in the election process and trying to capture the political power or the state power and try to fulfill their own demand, right, or to make the government. So the term party system is used to identify and describe the system or exercise of political power in each of the political system. So it is used for identifying the nature of the system of use of political power in the political parties. So it can be described that political parties are the group of people and political system is defining the nature of the political system of that country. Okay, that is called the party system. So in the parliamentary democracy, we can say it works. The working of party system is different from the working of the party system in a democratic with the presidential form of government. So in the socialist political system, a single party system is at work. In most of the developing countries, multi-party system are at work. So classification or kinds of party system we can basically categorize into three types of party system. One is one party system, bi-party system. Bi-party system means it will be having two political parties, and multi-party system means there will be many political parties within that country. So what is one party system or single party system? In such a system, the political power is controlled by one political power, which is continuously in power. During the election, in each constituency, this single party files several of its own candidates, out of which one candidate is elected by the people as their representatives. That means wherever we are having this only one single party, we will find that there is only one political party, but during the election multiple candidates are representing the same political party. So people are coming forward to select their representatives, not the political party. So this kind of system can be found is can the communist party at socialist states like USSR, Poland, okay, Hungary, all these we can find there's only one party. Not only that, the fascist party of Italy, the Nazi party of Germany, okay, in China also there is rule of only one single party we can find. So what are the merits? The merits are, first of all, a very strong government, okay, little scope for aggressive party politics, political stability. That means the country is not always shifting its power, so it is having political stability and continuity. Strong policies and more progress, more suitable for meeting emergencies, helpful in nation building, easy choice for the voters. What are the demerits? It is undemocratic. Only one party is already selected, so people are just going to select the representative, which is of no use because the same party will be in the power. Unreal election, the elections are of no use, I told you just now. Authoritarian in nature. That means a single party means it is a dictatorship of that ruling party. It is an authoritarian way. Okay, less political participation of the people, because all are aware that no matter whomever we select, the same political party is going to be there, so the policies are also going to remain the same. Okay, little scope for the representation of all interests and groups of the people, less political education of the people, or not natural system, fear of revolution, dangerous and harmful for the democracy. Okay, so these are the lots of demerits are there. Next, let us understand about the two party system or bi-party system. Here we are going to find that in a state with two party system, the minor parties is can at time get same chance to share power with either of the two major political parties, like United Kingdom, USA, Belgium, Luxembourg, Ireland, okay, are having this bi-party system. In UK, the two majority or major political parties are the Conservative Party and the Labour Party. The ruling power keeps on shifting from one party to another. Likewise, in USA, the major political parties are the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. There are several other political parties, but this play only a minor role in the political process. Again, they are also having some merits. Ensures a real majority rule, easy choice for the voters, stable government, very useful for the parliamentary form of government, less chances of authoritarianism, easy to fix responsibilities, strong government, continuity of the policies. There are few demerits also. Cannot be possible in every state. Limited choice for the voters. The majority party can misuse its power. Division of nation into two sharp groups. Rule of smaller parties becomes meaningless. Okay, next we are coming to multi-party system. Several parties are continuously and actively involved in the struggle of power. From time to time, different political parties keep on getting an opportunity to exercise political power in the state. Like for example, in India has a large number of political parties. In Italy, in France, multi-party system, like in Switzerland also. Okay, we are having multi-party system. India's multi-party system has been now responsible both for the emergence of coalition politics as well as an unstable system of political alliances and counter alliances. What are the merits? Naturally, for a society with socio-economic cultural diversity, we will say that it is giving rise, for this diversity is giving rise to multi-party system. So more choices for the voters will be there. Running parties cannot behave as an dictator. Okay, then several alternative governments can be formed. The nation remains free from rigid groupism. More political education for the people. And what are the demerits? Unprincipled alliances, sources of huge legislature, source of hung legislature. This means the legislature will not be able to take the decisions properly and very fast. Okay, it will whenever there is any problem raising in the decision making of the government, we will find that the government is hesitating and the government is taking its political decision in a very slow format. Okay, because it is having multi-party, too many parties will be there, so too many decisions will be there. More chances of corruption, unstable government, evil for political defects, and many more, like lack of strong and healthy opposition. All these are so many less development, sources of confused public opinion. So these are so many points which are the demerits of multi-party system. So there's the single party system, the bi-party system, and the multi-party system are the three popular types of party system. Okay, their emergence, the functions in really is really determined by and depend upon the socio-economic, culture, historical, political effects of each society. Okay, so we can conclude by saying that at the best, we can generally observe that a bi-party system with any of its severities has relatively better chances to success in actual practice of democratic politics than other types of political systems.